Do you have dreams? Do you have goals? Is there something in life that you've really wanted to do, but somehow it hasn't happened? That may be because of a limiting belief. And in this video, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. Hello and welcome. My name is James Taylor. I'm a hypnotherapist, a life coach and a counsellor from number 1 Harley Street in London. This video is going to be all about limiting beliefs, and they are probably one of the biggest things that I come across in my line of work. It's someone who wants to do something, but before they even take a step to do it, there's a voice inside their head, and no one else has had to have said a word, but the voice inside their head will close down on them and tell them they can't do it. They're not worthy. Who do you think you are? That is the limiting belief. Now, before, and this may be a series of videos that I do about this because it is such a huge topic, but before we get into the remedy, I think it's important to look at the cause to see where they come from. Imagine if you wanted to go on a road trip and pick somewhere maybe that's 100 miles from where you are right now. And let's say you were going old school and you didn't have a sat-nav, and you're going to get the old map book out and you're going to find out how to get there. Well, you would look at the map and you would look at your destination and you would look at your starting point, and then you would navigate and find the route. Sat-navs have taken a lot of the hassle out of this, but old school, we're going to use a map. Now, before you know how to get there, you have to figure out where you are. And that's what we're going to do with this, because I think it's so important to recognize where these limiting beliefs come from. Now, when we're very young, we are born as a completely blank canvas. Perfect, blank, lovely, no issues whatsoever. And we have a complete inability to reject things that we are exposed to or we experience. And that can be a blessing and a curse, because it's how we learn, but we learn the good and we learn the bad. So if we grew up in an environment, for instance, where maybe our parents are the main ones, or our adult carers anyway, they may say things inadvertently that is their limiting belief, and they got it from their parents, but they then pass it on to us. And because we have a complete inability to reject what we're being told and what we're exposed to and what we're hearing, we take it on. So the limiting beliefs could be things like, you're just like your dad, you're just like your mum, you'll never do that, who do you think you are? That's not for the likes of us. All these things are limiting beliefs. But actually, when we're small children, what it will do, it will close down possible opportunities. Imagine being at the crossroads of a junction. Imagine having no limited beliefs. We would have multiple roads open to us. But because of the limiting beliefs, it's almost as if there's a no entry sign on some of those roads. Now, I'm not just going to blame the parents for this, because they may not realise that that's what they were doing. And you actually might be, for those who are parents yourselves, you may be doing this already to your own children. So I hope this enlightens a lot of different people. And this is why it's such a big topic. But it's not just our parents. So it's our parents or our adult carers. It is our brothers and sisters. It's our extended family. When we go to school, it's our teachers. It's friends. It's what we see on TV. And back in my day, I don't want to sound old, but I probably am. I was born when there was no internet. But now this is a real big issue, because that is another area where people can get limiting beliefs from. A bit like models who are on the covers of magazines and they are photoshopped to death, and they don't look like that picture that's represented on the cover of that magazine. When someone comes along and buys that magazine, they will look at it and compare themselves to what they see. That is not a true visible representation of how that person looks. They've been airbrushed, they've been photoshopped, bits have been added, bits have been taken away, and then a young person may look at this model or someone famous they admire, and their limiting beliefs of their own past will look at the picture in the magazine and may doubt they can even achieve this. Well, that's not even real in the first place. So that's what a limiting belief is, and they are a pain because they stop us moving forward in such a big way. So limiting beliefs are a curse. Now, the kind of work I predominantly do is to deal with clients' limiting beliefs, whether that's a phobia, whether that's a weight loss and they think they can't achieve it, whether it's a lack of confidence when they should have plenty, whether that's better with relationships when they're awful, and everything in between. Whether they want more money but they have a certain threshold on what they think they are capable of earning. It impacts every single part of our lives. So when clients come to see me and we're in the chair together, I'm actively working on the limiting beliefs. And it is fascinating how just with a small shift, people can be in a very, very different place. Now, imagine this for a second. Imagine having two laser beams side by side and they're running parallel to each other off into the distance and there's nothing blocking the view. So it'd look a bit like a railroad track. Well, only one of the laser beams needs to turn a fraction, only a fraction. And it may not look like anything here where the laser beams are coming out of a box. But when you look up further ahead, the laser beam that's been moved is now so far from where the original course was. So with limiting beliefs, you don't have to have dramatic changes at the starting point. You can have just a small change, but the outcome is going to be magnificent. So that's where limiting beliefs are if they are inside you. But also, birds of a feather tend to flock together. So not only have you got limiting beliefs, I've got limiting beliefs, I certainly have, and I work on mine every single day. But everyone you know will have a limiting belief of one sort or another. So look at it this way. If you've got a limiting belief, and it's not sitting well with you and you want to test the water, you might go and speak to your friends or your family. Now their limiting beliefs will come into their answer, and that may actually enhance your own limited belief on you. So for instance, you might go to, say for instance you want to lose weight, you might go to a friend and say, I'm thinking about losing weight, and instead of them saying to you, you can do anything, they might say, well, yeah, you probably won't, and you don't really do this, and you do like your cake, and you're big boned, and you have a slow metabolism, and all these kind of lies and excuses, because their limiting beliefs are answering for them, and your limiting beliefs are listening and being fed by what you're being told. Now, they might not be doing this out of any malice at all, so there's a problem. Now there's a saying that I love, and it's sparrows flock, but eagles soar. So sparrows flock, but eagles soar. Now let me tell you with absolute certainty, you are not a sparrow. You are not a sparrow at all. You may act like a sparrow, you may hang around with other sparrows. That does not make you a sparrow. You are an eagle. And as an eagle, you deserve to soar with every single way an eagle can soar. Just imagine that for a second. Imagine what you could do if you got rid of your limiting beliefs. But For things to change, you have to change. Now, the definition of insanity, I think it was Albert Einstein who came up with this one, was doing the same thing but expecting different results. Now, if you got up this morning, or maybe tomorrow for instance, you got up tomorrow and you found that your kitchen sink, a pipe had burst and the whole kitchen was flooded, you wouldn't ignore it. You would maybe have a look at it yourself, maybe call on a neighbour, but you might have to get a plumber in to do something very, very quickly before the water goes everywhere. Now, if you got up and the electricity wasn't working in your home, you wouldn't ignore that either. You would have to call an electrician in to help with that problem if you didn't know what to do. What about if it was your car? You might open the bonnet or the hood, depending on where you're from, look inside, think this is not a job for me, and you'd take it to a garage and the mechanic would fix it. So you'd call in a plumber, an electrician, a mechanic, because there was something that was not working that needed to work. Well, you're doing that same thing for you, because you're worth more than your kitchen, and you're worth more than your electrics in your house, and you're certainly worth more than your car. So there's something not right. Are you working on you? Because you can, because you're an eagle. You can do anything, as long as you put your mind to it. So I'm going to do a short video series on limiting beliefs, and in fact, the majority of my video work is going to touch on this in one way or another because they are so prevalent. But are you happy being the version you are? Is there somewhere you want to go on holiday that you've never been, that you tell yourself you can't afford? Are you living in the home that you want? Are you earning the money that you want to earn? Do you know you can? If you're shown the right way? Do you know within a very short space of time, your life could be very, very different? But you've got to do something about it. So, hopefully, this has made sense. The next few series of lessons, I'm going to be talking about how to work on limiting beliefs, how to address them. But what I would say is, if you want to have a different lifestyle, then do something about it. Come on, you're an eagle. You can do anything. You can do anything. Now, if that means working with someone else who can help you, like a therapist or like me or like someone near your home address, do it. You are worth it. You'd do it if your car was broke. You'd do it if your electrics were broken. You'd certainly do it if your kitchen was flooding. You are worth more than this. And a limiting belief or a voice that might be in your head that's telling you you are not worthy of it, it is lying to you. And you may rationalize it, but you are rationing lies, because you are an eagle. Now, there's a Chinese proverb that I love, and it goes, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Now, in this video, in the description, are going to be all the ways to contact me, all the different social media sites I'm on. But if you want to work on you, give me a call, send me an email. I work with clients both within the UK and internationally as well. I do Skype calls. If this is something you want to do, let's get started, because you're worth it. So please like, share and subscribe on this video. Down in the bottom corner there'll be a subscribe button. When you click on that, a little bell pops up. If you click on the bell, you are notified every time I make a new video. But come on, be an eagle. Listen to what I'm saying. You may not believe what I'm saying, but believe that I believe it. I want you to trust me here. Let's get working together. Let's get you where you want to be. Isn't it time? So until next time, my very best wishes, My name is James Taylor. Bye bye.